Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Dion, and today, as you can see from the title, we are going to be talking about Born to Die, the album by Lana Del Rey. In almost every aesthetic we have covered on this channel, we have seen one artist come up again and again as an icon of those aesthetics. That is Lana Del Rey. However, even more specifically, Lana Del Rey's Born to Die era. I, of course, have voiced my adoration of the Born to Die era. It is my favorite album by Lana Del Rey, and it had such a big influence on my adolescence. So today I decided that we're gonna talk about that era, and we're gonna go through a couple of the songs, we're gonna go through the music videos, and even a decade later, how this album is still impacting culture and fashion and aesthetics. So if you like fashion aesthetics and just fashion commentary in general, make sure you subscribe to my channel because I post videos every Thursday. And with that, let's get into it. So first, we're going to talk about some background information on Lana Del Rey. Elizabeth Grant, aka Lana Del Rey, was born June 21st, 1985 in Manhattan. She grew up in Lake Placid, New York, and when she was only 14 years old, was sent to Kent School to get sober from alcoholism. She talked about how dark and lonely her teen years were, stating in The Telegraph in 2011, "When I was very young, I was sort of floored by the fact that my mother, my father, and everyone I knew was going to die one day, and myself too. I had sort of a philosophical crisis. I couldn't believe we were mortal. For some reason, that knowledge sort of overshadowed my experience. I was unhappy for some time, I got into a lot of trouble, I used to drink a lot. That was a hard time in my life." After graduating, her grandfather taught her how to play 6 chords on the guitar, and she realized she could write a million songs with just those 6 chords. She worked as a waitress in Long Island and began singing in nightclubs under various names such as Lizzie Grant, and began to venture out into playing in Brooklyn. She went to Fordham University in the Bronx studying philosophy and metaphysics. While attending, she sent in a demo track to an independent label, which got her a contract for $10,000, which she used to relocate to a trailer park in New Jersey. She graduated in 2008 and released a 3-track EP under Lizzie Grant. She changed her name to Lana Del Rey after visiting Miami a lot, speaking Spanish with her Cuban friends, and thought the name was sort of reminiscent of the glamorous seaside. Her first self-titled debut album under the name Lana Del Rey in 2010 kind of flopped, and she moved to London to work on her music. She played a couple shows like an MTV Unplugged in Paris, I think, but overall her first self-titled album didn't do much. This brings us to May 5th, 2011, where Lana Del Rey uploaded the Video Games music video. In the space of a month, the video was viewed over 500,000 times. She signed a record deal to release her second album, Born to Die. Born to Die was released January 27th, 2012, and when I tell you that album changed the course of history forever, oh my goodness. The album can be described musically as trip hop, baroque pop, indie pop, sadcore, or orchestral pop. The lyrics are about love, sex, drugs, and features predominant references to 1950s and 60s Americana. The album was the world's 5th best-selling album of 2012 and had sold over 7 million copies by 2014. Born to Die Paradise Edition came out November 9th, 2012 and featured 8 additional tracks. So this video, we're solely going to focus on this era of Lana. She has come out with like 7 albums since and is coming out with another. When Born to Die came out, I was the biggest Lana Del Rey fan on the planet. People at high school called me Lana Del Rank or Lana Del Dion because they thought I looked like her, which was the highlight of my life. Taylor Swift has always been my #1 since I first heard Tim McGraw back in 2006. And the only other time in my life where I felt like there might be another artist who could tie Taylor for my #1 was Lana Del Rey when Born to Die Paradise Edition came out. The album came out my sophomore year of high school, perfect time for a new Lana Del Rey fan, and I made it my whole personality. I went on a school trip to Italy, and me and my friend Jenny listened to this album on repeat for the entire week we were there. I remember the first time hearing it all the way through after scrolling on Tumblr, and my mom was picking up my stepdad from the airport late at night, and watching the planes land over and over while listening to Off to the Races and Ride, wondering where this music had been all my life. That being said, Ultraviolence was fine in my opinion. Honeymoon was also fine. Lust for Life felt like more of the same. Norman Effing Rockwell was pretty cool. Chemtrails was down at the Meta Music Business Conference. That's how I have to say about chemtrails over the country club. My thing is that I became a Lana Del Rey fan for the trip pop sort of vibe. And in my opinion, she never really recaptured that Born to Die magic. The other albums are described as trip hop, but I personally only hear singer-songwriter on a piano and some cool production in the background. Born to Die was something I truly had never heard before. I'd never heard a song like Off to the Races in my life. A song that made me feel like I was on drugs even though I had never even smoked. I'd never heard a song like Born to Die, with the yell in the background as a beat and the vocals. However, in my opinion, there have been plenty of female singers who sing in falsetto on a piano really sadly, Joni Mitchell for one. So her other albums, I'm like, I've heard this before. Down at the Minute Music Business Conference. And for the record, I have heard all of her albums. I've listened to all of her albums at least once all the way through. Usually it's only once because they're not born to die. So for me, when I was a Lana fan, I signed up for that different sound that I had never heard before. And so when I got kind of more of just piano and sad and whatever, I was like, this is cool, like good for her. She's still poetic. Her lyrics are still amazing. She's still beautiful. But that wasn't the Lana I signed up for. I signed up for more like Lizzie Grant Lana. For me, this is just my opinion. Like Lana stans, whatever. I'm a Born to Die girly. So why did I tell you all that background info? Part of Lana Del Rey is that she makes mundane Americana look so romantic. The fact that she was a waitress in Long Island, the fact that she lived in a trailer park, she lived in Brooklyn, she went to school in the Bronx. These things aren't necessarily glamorous, right? Going to boarding school for alcoholism when you're 14. These aren't glamorous things, but something about it makes it feel glamorous. This forgotten past of the United States. She romanticizes this trashy Americana, and I use trashy in a way as someone from Miami, Florida. Like, I love trashy things. Trashy is my brand. But waitressing, trailer parks, partying, exotic dancing, she uses 50s and 60s imagery, but isn't afraid to show the not so glam side of it. A once fabulous 60s motel, now looking old and outdated. She makes dive bars seem romantic. She has mastered the art of truly romanticizing every aspect of her life. She makes being a waitress in Long Island seem like the chicest thing to do in an ironic, forgotten glam sort of way. She makes living in a trailer park seem cool, simple living, we got our community, we're getting by kind of way. She made it cool and glam to be normal and mundane. She made the mundanity of working class America seem romantic. And on the flip side, she harnesses all the glamour and elegance of the golden age of Hollywood. The gowns, the hair, the makeup. She describes herself as a gangster Nancy Sinatra, and you see that especially in this era with the 60s hair, the 60s shift dresses, and then a cigarette and tattoos on her hands, or kind of trashy gold jewelry. She juxtaposes that Americana glam with Americana trash, and that's, love it. A velvet gown with a teardrop stamped under her eye. She made being a normal, sad, kind of crazy teen with not a lot of money or places to go seem like the most enticing and decadent time of your life. She harnessed all the power of an American teen and spun it into gold. In terms of the fashion of this era, it was so perfectly 2010s. Cut off jean shorts, Converse, acid wash, graphic tees, studs. It's perfect. In researching this video and doing this video, I was like, I want to wear those outfits again. Like I remember seeing that white fringe jacket in the Ride music video or the Born to Die music video. And I was like, I need that. She started so many trends, the studs, the Americana, flower crowns, Native American appropriation, winged eyeliner. She like literally single-handedly started flower crowns and like that whole thing. Like that was such a huge trend and she did that with the Born to Die music video. She was all over Tumblr, which is how I found out about her. I'll never forget. It was the classic gif of her in the Native American headdress and the Ride music video that I think everybody saw on Tumblr. And I literally was like, I'm gonna change everything about myself to be like this person. So next, we are going to get into the music videos and sort of break down the aesthetic of these music videos. So of course, we are going to start off with Video Games, which was the first music video that she released. Like I said, this was a self-made music video, which opens with the sounds of church bells and harps, various clips of some cartoons, some vintage footage, some of just her on her MacBook. The song is about doing so much for a man who couldn't care less, who just ignores your perfume and outfits and compliments to play stupid video games. Her longing, this love letter of a song to this person who is sort of apathetic. The song feels nostalgic and sad, but at the same time, content and pleased. Loving someone more than they love you can sort of feel fun and exciting. The vintage footage and clip show makes you feel like you're reminiscing on a past love. It's you, it's all for you, everything I do. I tell you all the time, heaven is a place on earth with you. Tell me all the things you want to do. I heard that you like the bad girls, honey. Is that true? I heard that you like the bad girls, honey. Is that true? Changed lives. The video is confusing, but so familiar. It's no wonder that people kind of stopped to look at it because it wasn't something that we've seen before. Haunting music, the sad voice, the sweet lyrics, the sometimes glam, sometimes off-putting clips that she puts in. She ate. Next, we are going to talk about the Born to Die music video, and we have that budget in this music video. Opening up with the American flag, hugging a man who looks like he's addicted to smack, and just being topless. That's iconic. Sitting on the throne in a white dress with a blue flower crown with red lipstick and 2 tigers. That literally changed the world. That changed lives. When this song dropped, this was the first music video of hers that I watched, and I'm not gonna lie, like, I didn't get it. I was like, I don't get this Lana Del Rey person. Her red Converse, the jean shorts, and white fringe jacket! She makes the simplest outfits that you could easily find at a thrift store look so aesthetic. Smoking in a car, talking about getting high, her hot, sexy, high voice when she says, "You like your girls insane." It's a depressed teenager anthem. The idea of being damaged but hot, not caring, being self-destructive with your equally toxic partner, and both just being hell-bent on living. Again, it's the adolescent feeling of being wild and not caring about consequences. The romanticization of a Bonnie and Clyde type of relationship. Blue Jeans actually features the same actor. It's a black and white music video. They're sort of just by the pool. There's these albino alligators in the pool. Even the lyrics romanticize the mundane. Blue jeans, white shirt, walked into the room, you made my eyes burn. And Lana Del Rey is in this gorgeous one-piece bathing suit in this video. I mean, one of the lines that truly changed lives, "You're so fresh to death and sick as cancer." Teenage me heard that and snapped her own neck. I used to say like, "Oh, it's so fresh to death." Dead serious. Again, it's a toxic relationship anthem, codependency, hopeless romantic, which, let's be real, a lot of adolescent relationships aren't healthy. They're kind of toxic. You're figuring out what your boundaries are, how to love, and all of that. And typically, this is when you love the hardest and you don't know how to deal with yourself. Sort of a love song for the crazy girls, which Lana Del Rey does a very good job of. Now we're getting to the Ride music video, which I clicked on this one right after Born to Die, after like 30 seconds of Born to Die. I was like, I don't get this. And let me tell you, the course of history changed. Picture this. I'm 16, lying in bed, looking up who this Lana Del Rey chick is. I don't quite get the Born to Die video. It's late at night, but I click on the Ride music video anyway. It's presented as a short film. She opens up with like a 3-minute poem, her swinging over a canyon in that fringe acid wash jacket. I hate acid wash, and I want that jacket. I still want that jacket with the studs. It's so true. I would die for that jacket. I'm not even kidding. And then she has the Budweiser t-shirt on it. She wears just like a white off-the-shoulder t-shirt and cutoffs and the same red Converse as she's done in other videos. Like very just like simple outfits. She has this big dark curly hair and she wears this like white eyelet dress in one of the scenes that is so beautiful. And this video is just all about like prioritizing your own freedom, which when you're a teenager is just something that resonates so much. She's going into liquor stores, riding on motorcycles with some big old hairy men, playing in arcades, sleeping in motels, camping outside, standing outside of a graffiti mural that advertises food stamps and money orders. She hitchhikes with confidence. She trades her company for freedom. In the poem, she says, "I was born to be the other woman, who belonged to no one, who belonged to everyone, who had nothing, wanted everything, and a fire for every experience, an obsession with freedom that terrified me to the point where I couldn't even talk about it, and pushed me to a nomadic point of madness that both dazzled and dizzied me." And then the song starts. She drops that bomb. And I was like, this was written about me, my 16-year-old self. I was like, shook. He has that denim dress with the red bow. Like, there's so many good looks in this music video. This music video is actually like a work of art. Made so many of my friends in high school watch it. I was like, you have to watch this music video. And I would like turn off all the lights and make them be in silence and watch this music video, which is like 10 minutes long. She's like smoking cigarettes inside. She has that like Native American headdress, which is so appropriative and just like, what is happening? But it did start a Native American appropriation revolution where everybody started wearing high dresses. Not good, not a good impact. The song made me want to run away from home and hitchhike and just be a little floozy. The liquor stores seemed enticing. The unshowered men seemed desirable. I remember going out west for a wedding and seeing motorcycles out on the road and longed to be with them. I used to even collect Harley Davidson t-shirts after this video. This entire YouTube video could just be about the ride music video because I could talk about it for hours. The impact it had on my life is crazy. The fashions are so perfectly 2012. The lyrics are so beautiful and really captures the feeling of just wanting to disappear and run away from your problems and your own sadness. And then the bridge, I'm tired of feeling like I'm effing crazy. I'm tired of driving till I see stars in my eyes. Ah! She just seems so free and unattached. And as a teenager, how could you not want that? After the song, she has more poetry, which is equally as beautiful. And the ending, live fast, die young, be wild, and have fun. I am fucking crazy, but I am free. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Lives changed, world stopped, alternate dimension was entered. There are a million other songs that I can go through and talk about, and I almost did, but this video ended up being like over an hour long. So now we are going to get into the get the look portion of this video where I talk about how to achieve the Lana Del Rey Born to Die era aesthetic. So main colors are red, white, and blue, shocking, black, and then some pops of pink or maybe some other primary colors, but a lot of white in general. Some staples of the aesthetic are studs, American flag motifs, circle skirts, A-line skirts, white sundresses, high-waisted cutoffs, racing jackets, fringe jackets, vintage dresses, button-up tops, flower crowns, red lipstick, heart motifs and accessories, dainty flower patterns, and band t-shirts. When you're putting together a Lana Del Rey Born to Die era outfit, or really any Lana outfit, simple and classic is best. It's not about over-accessorizing or hyper-layering, but just simple denim shorts and a white t-shirt and a cool jacket with some pop of red in your shoe or lip is classic. Have one or two statement accessories that are playful and in the color scheme. Of course, once again, she uses a lot of red in this era. There is sort of a tackiness to the Born to Die era, especially because a lot of these clothes are outdated from the Forever 21, American Apparel, 2010s style. But I think you should lean into that, and I think that's what makes it so good, is because it was so of that era. There's also a sort of Western 70s influence. I always call it like Eagles Western, like the band The Eagles, where it's a lot of like studs and fringe and banties and buckles and that kind of thing. Cow skulls and of course the infamous Native American headdress, but you don't want to do that. But something in that sort of beaded fringe Western vibe could also be cool. There's the girlhood, dainty, coquette kind of Lana Del Rey, the studs and fringe and banty Lana Del Rey, and there's like the 60s Nancy Sinatra costume type of Lana Del Rey. So definitely narrow down which vibe you're going for, but luckily this aesthetic is incredibly easy to recreate in your own closet, and then thrift a couple of cool pieces, and even check out like Poshmark or eBay or Depop for some real vintage gems. So I do hope you guys like this video. Let me know what you think about all of this down below, and tell me your favorite song off the Born to Die album. If you haven't listened to Born to Die Paradise Edition, I highly recommend it. It's really just such a cool and unique album, and if nothing else, just watch the Ride music video because it'll change your life. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram because I do post content there almost every single day. With that, have a happy day. I will see you next week. Bye.